What if I told you some teachers in your various schools are ghosts? Let me tell you a story of my experience when I was barely 14. Growing up in Anambra State, I had heard whispers of Miss Koi Koi. They said she was once a beautiful school teacher in the 1970s, always dressed in pristine white blouses, her hair always tied neatly and her red high heel shoes clicking with every step. They also said she was strict, painfully strict. She would beat children mercilessly for a mistake as small as forgetting a comma in dictation. Some said she took pleasure in punishment. One story said a student driven to despair by her cruelty cursed her, and not long after, she died in a road accident on her way home from school. But that was just a story. The elders would warn, never stay in the school compound after dark, or you will hear her coming. Koi, koi, koi. We all laughed at it as kids, but laughter, as I would learn, is fragile thing when night falls. It was my second year in boarding school. Our school, St. Peter's, was an old colonial building, creaking floors, long hallways, and a dormitory that always felt too cold at night. One evening during prep, the generator went off. Total darkness. Some students shouted, others lit candles. That was when we heard it for the first time. Clicks of high heel echoing down the corridor outside. Who is walking? My friend Chinedu whispered. Nobody answered. The sound grew louder, then silent. We burst into nervous laughter, trying to shake it off. Maybe it was a senior student pranking us. But deep down inside, something felt wrong. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing it in my dreams. Koi, koi, koi. A week later, it happened again. This time worse. I had stayed behind in the classroom to finish copying notes. Everyone had left. The school compound was quiet except for the distant chirping of cricket. Then I heard it. Koi, 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 koi. My heart froze. I looked towards the doorway. No one. I tried to pack my books quietly, but the footstep drew closer. Koi, koi, who's there? I shouted, trying to sound brave. No answer. Then a shadow passed by the window, a tall, slim figure in white. I ran. I didn't care about my books. I ran straight to the dormitory. When I burst in, sweating, the seniors looked at me like I was mad. What is wrong with you? One asked. I tried to explain, but they laughed. Only one person did not laugh. Our night guard, old Papa Okeke. He pulled me aside and whispered, "You saw her, didn't you?" My stomach sank. "She is real," he said, "and she will keep coming until she finds what she is looking for." The hunting didn't stop. Students began reporting strange things, bed shaking at night, whispers in the bathrooms, red shoe prints on the corridor floor in the morning. Then came the night that changed everything. It was midnight, rain pouring outside. Suddenly, the dormitory door banged open. She stood there, Miss Koi Koi, white blouse stained with something dark, face pale, eyes hollow, and those red shoes gleaming wet as she stepped inside. Koi, koi, koi. Boys screamed. Some hid under their beds. Some fainted. I couldn't move. She walked past everyone and stopped right in front of me. She raised her hands, long, bony fingers, and whispered, "Tell them I'm still here." Then she vanished. Next morning, principal announced the school would be closed indefinitely. They said it was for renovations, but we all knew the truth. Miss Koi Koi still walks those halls, and sometimes when I'm alone, late at night, I still hear it. Koi, koi, koi. If you ever hear high heels behind you in an empty corridor, don't look back, because in Igbo land, Miss Koi Koi is still looking for someone. Maybe you.